Enjoy reading the story on Manga Funny channel.
In the previous episode, Sasha and Idris met the Grand Duke and were questioned by him about the bedroom incident. Let's continue watching this part. I thought he would be discreet, but the Grand Duke likes Lord Idris. He really does. Oh no, this is not the time to do that. Isn't this a love triangle because of me? And it's all because I sold out Lord Idris. I need to take responsibility for this situation. You two, wait a moment. She knelt down and said, "It's all my fault." Both were surprised. What? She continued. Wanting to get closer to the Grand Duke, I had no choice but to seek advice from Lord Idris. So please overlook this incident. We just moved the conversation to his room because it went on for too long. I didn't do anything else wrong. Please believe me. This left both of them speechless. Idris added, "Anyway, I don't usually have casual conversations with your student, so I called him to my room. But this won't happen again. So please, calm down." As expected, Lord Idris caught on quickly, didn't he? "How long can we keep this going?" "Grand Duke, did you hear that? We're only thinking about you. Do you believe what I said?" He coldly replied, "The one I trust isn't you, but Idris." She responded, "Thank you. What is this? Does that mean he believes everything Lord Idris says? Surprising. He's so romantic. Anyway, I need to go on a tour now. Idris, you should also prepare to leave. Look at that. He's got Lord Idris by his side." "And me too?" Me too? Why?" The Grand Duke's house is near the crowded district. Today's schedule includes a tour of the Merchant Guild. The Grand Duke usually moves around with a small group that includes Lord Idris. I don't know why I'm being taken along on such an important tour. But now she had gone outside the city. It felt great to breathe in the fresh air after a while. Thanks to this, I finally got to go out. So maybe this is a good thing? She asked Lord Idris, "We haven't eaten yet. Can we get something to eat there?" Idris replied, "The inspection isn't over yet. We'll eat with the others after." No one is really watching us, but Lord Idris is very cautious, isn't he? Here is the English translation. Now that I think about it, the Duke is quite a mysterious person. He brought me along, saying that a knight should follow their superior, but he went to the council meeting without me. Anyway, it was convenient for me not to have the Duke around. Should I be grateful that he introduced me to someone like Lord Idris? If we're just passing through the blacksmith's tent, there's the council building where we have to meet the Grand Duke. Even if you're hungry, you'll have to wait a little longer. At this moment, the Grand Duke is standing in the blacksmith's tent, looking for a sword. This sword seems too beautiful. The Duke really has an exceptional eye. That voice, it sounds so familiar. She screamed, "That's my master? Why is my master here?" She hurriedly hid behind Idris, leaving him baffled. "You got yourself a good sword," said the seller, thanking the master for his purchase. Idris asked her what she was doing. She pleaded with him not to move, fearing that her master might recognize her. Suddenly, Idris pushed her against the wall, covering her, and demanded that she stay quiet. Her master walked by, thinking, "Young people these days really are something." Idris startled me. He was trying to protect me. Her master walked past and told his companion, "The Marquise is gone, so it's safe to come out now." Thanks to Lord Idris, I avoided another unwanted encounter. Looking back, it's only natural that I would run into people I know when I'm out, so I should always stay vigilant. She exhaled in relief and thanked Idris for hiding her. Just when it seemed like everything was over, her legs suddenly hurt, causing her to fall and pull Idris down with her. She ended up on top of Idris. She apologized to Idris. Suddenly, a familiar voice called out, "I clearly remember sending you to inspect, but what are you two doing?" Both of them gasped, shouting, "Duke!" She shouted in defense, This is a misunderstanding. I just lost my balance and fell." She thought to herself, "Why do I have to be in this situation just half a day after all the Duke's misunderstandings were cleared up?" The Grand Duke ordered Sasha to follow him. I thought he would say more. Go where? I will be attending the next meeting. Idris, complete the higher level inspection. Idris replied, understood. She thought, he's taking me to the meeting? No way. Is he jealous because I'm getting closer to Lord Idris? Is he trying to separate us? If that's the case, he could have taken Idris along. I'm just waiting for mealtime, she quickly said. Grand Duke, wouldn't it be better to go with Lord Idris than with me? Someone like me wouldn't be much help. He responded, enough. Follow me. That's an order. She thought, even though I feel close to the Duke, when he looks at me like that, I still feel tense. The meeting room of the Ridden Merchant Guild under the Grand Duchy was much larger than I expected. Everyone here was a leader of a large guild supporting the Grand Duchy. And the topic of today's meeting was, it wouldn't be appropriate to fully accede to the Emperor's demands. We need to have a concrete response. But demanding that we hand over those iron ores? That's an unreasonable request. Does that mean the Duke will have to kneel at the Emperor's feet and bow in humiliation? For the tribute on the Emperor's birthday. The atmosphere in the room was quite tense. Was this normal? She thought. The Emperor requested that the Duke prove his loyalty at this year's birthday celebration, so this meeting was held to find a solution. The options presented to the Duke were 3. First, the Duke must swear loyalty to the Emperor in front of everyone. Second, surrender the iron ore mines in the northern Grand Duchy. Finally, give up the newly discovered red diamond mine. The first option clearly aims to make the Grand Duke completely submit to the Emperor, so we'll never choose that. The iron ore mines are essential for the knight's supply, and the red diamond mine holds high potential value due to its rarity. From the Duke's perspective, none of these options are easy to choose. In fact, I have an answer. But this isn't a situation where I can easily express my opinion. I could just wait outside. Why did he bring me here only to make me unnecessarily nervous? Someone said, well, sir, the Emperor wants the red diamonds, which have even more potential value, so it might be best to offer the iron ore mines instead. Raphael Ludovica thought to himself, why is he acting so strangely different from usual? I can't rule out the possibility that he's a spy sent by the Emperor. He hears all the meeting details and suggestions that would benefit the Emperor, doesn't he? Why am I going out of my way for him? I haven't even found a single sign if he's a spy or not, and the meeting is making no progress towards finding a proper solution. She thought, it seems best to end this before things escalate further. This is the first time I've seen him with such a deep, pensive look. Should I act recklessly and move forward? Well, I've come this far, so why hesitate? After all, I prepared this just in case to win the Duke's favor. Let's do it. She shouted, my lord, I propose the red diamond mine. The whole council was shocked by the kid who suddenly spoke up. Even the Grand Duke was surprised. The council harshly questioned her. Offer the red diamond mine? How dare an apprentice knight speak so freely like that? My lord, please dismiss this foolishly outrageous child. She expected resistance, but this was stronger than she anticipated. The room fell silent for a moment. The Grand Duke asked Sasha to continue. She thanked the Grand Duke and continued her presentation. While speaking, she poured out a bag of red diamonds onto the table, saying, please have a look. The council was stunned. No way, these are red diamonds. How could an apprentice knight possess such a precious item? My lord, you must supply the red diamonds, because soon red diamonds will be as common as the pebbles you kick around on the roads. In the previous episode, we reached the point where Sasha and Raphael Ludovica discussed what they should present to the Emperor for his birthday. Sasha proposed offering the red diamond mines to him. Now, let's continue watching the story unfold. She said, because red diamonds will soon become as common as the pebbles you kick around. They're currently found abundantly in the territory the Grand Duchy has explored, making them incredibly rare at present. Red diamonds are a mineral recently mined from the Grand Duchy's mines. They are diamonds with a red hue, similar to rubies. Their beauty has captured the attention of the Empire's nobles. Since the mines where they are extracted belong solely to the Grand Duke, they hold high rarity, making red diamonds a crucial pillar of the Grand Duchy's economy. But she has discovered a paradox that will change people's perception of the rarity of red diamonds. So, she's suggesting giving up such a mine. She was cut off by an angry voice from below. "You bastard!" A hand grabbed her collar. "Do you know your place, spouting nonsense like that? Are you a spy sent by the Emperor?" He is Maurice, the leader of the Ridden Merchant Guild. Furious, he grabbed her, suspecting she was a spy sent by the Emperor to seize the red diamond mines. She said, "Wait, let me down." It's understandable he'd react this way. At this point, Raphael Ludovica told Maurice to stop. "Stop it. Take off your hand." He released her but still seemed furious about her proposal. He said, "In a meeting where we're discussing offerings for the Emperor, he boldly brought a red diamond and suggested we offer that. The fact that he even had the diamond proves he anticipated this meeting." His words seemed to fit the situation perfectly, leaving Sasha wondering how he could have prepared the red diamond in advance. But Raphael Ludovica said, "Let's hear him out first. What's his reasoning?" The council turned to Sasha, waiting for her to explain. "This red diamond is something I received as payment from mercenary work from a merchant in the eastern port of the continent." Before she could finish, Maurice interrupted. "You received such a precious gem as mere payment for mercenary work? Your Highness, there's no need to listen further. It's clearly a lie." Raphael Ludovica said, "Wait, what does this have to do with the gem becoming common?" She continued, "Your Grace, do you know the conditions under which red diamonds are formed?" He replied, "I know they're mined from dry, high-temperature areas." She said, "Yes, that's exactly why." She went on, "We're getting to the main point calmly. The reason why red diamonds are suddenly found in large quantities in the Great Mine. Firstly, both mines in the Grand Domain are influenced by the dry climate of the eastern continent, resulting in high surrounding temperatures. Secondly, it's thanks to the red six-legged bug that inhabits the eastern continent." He asked, "What does the bug have to do with the conditions for creating red diamonds?" She replied, "Yes, I know it's hard to believe. To begin with, red diamonds are formed from the excrement of that bug." At this, even Raphael Ludovica was unaware of this knowledge. It was quite new to learn. She said, "The bug's excrement has properties that allow surrounding particles to stick together well, so the excrement and nearby materials clump together. And when exposed to sunset light periodically, crystals form within a week. So it's very likely that the red six-legged bugs, carried by recent hot air currents from the eastern continent, settled around the Great Duke's mines, leading to the natural discovery of the gems." Maurice said, "I've never heard of such nonsense before." "Where did you hear this unbelievable lie?" She replied, "It's not a lie. If you're doubtful, why don't you experiment yourself? You can confirm it within a week." It's natural he didn't know, but she was aware of this because she came from a noble lineage and read about it in the extensive library filled with ancient books in her family estate. Raphael Ludovica thought, well, his reaction is expected. I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't read the novel myself. This could solve the dilemma regarding the Emperor's birthday gift, so allowing a week won't be an issue. But something else is bothering me. How did this guy manage to present those red diamonds at this exact moment? As if he knew all along that I was troubled by this matter. He said, "Even if you're telling the truth, the situation is still suspicious. Bringing out a red diamond right here, right now, as if you were prepared." "Answer me, Sasha." She thought, how should I explain how I came to have this? I knew the value of red diamonds would drop someday, and that's why, through Lord Idris, I received the diamond from Johan. Even if my identity is revealed, I never thought the knights would favor me if I revealed that fact at the right time to help the Duke. I can never say that. It just so happened that this came up at this exact moment. Even I think it looks suspicious. But if I did nothing now, the Grand Duke might have made the wrong choice. And when I think about how Ethan, Appa, and Unni's fate will be determined by that absurd choice, I absolutely wouldn't want that. I brought it because I wanted to make my military life a bit easier, she said firmly, looking straight into his eyes to avoid detection. Whatever, who cares? I prepared that diamond to score some points with the Grand Duke. After analyzing the situation carefully to avoid suspicion, she said, all of this is information I gathered from my connections in the Eastern continent, and I thought it would be good to let him know. Maurice pointed at her and said, you call that an excuse? Mixing a little truth with some lies. Think about it, oh dear. What a sly fox. If I were a spy, why would I help the Grand Duke? I'd just stay quiet. She said, you might think I'm suspicious, but why not conduct an investigation first? You can postpone the final decision until then. Maurice said, it wouldn't be bad to investigate first before making a decision. And like that, her suggestion was accepted, and the meeting's conclusion was postponed for a week. Additionally, to verify the truth, a small team including herself was formed, and they went to the mine, capturing red six-legged bugs to set up an experiment site. And on the 7th day since the experiment started, Maurice, who had never trusted her from the beginning, had completely changed. So red diamonds really were created. And this easily too. Unbelievable. Maurice couldn't believe his eyes, even though he had managed the red diamond mines for years without knowing this. Why did she know? No way. Did it really turn into red diamonds? This should solve the Grand Duke's problem of what to give as a gift for the Emperor's birthday, right? I was right, wasn't I? The suspicions toward me should also be cleared now. I prepared all of this for His Highness, but you started doubting me, calling me the Emperor's puppet or whatever. That's why first impressions are so important. When she finished speaking, Maurice bowed to apologize to her. This resolved the resentment she had endured for 7 days. He said, due to my hasty judgment, I acted rudely. I apologize for my mistake. I'll do whatever it takes to make it up to you. Well, in any case, he did it out of loyalty to the Grand Duke, so she thought he was a good person, loyal to Raphael Ludovica, so she had no complaints. She said, it's fine. You apologized, so I'll forgive you this time. Since I'm so kind, I'll let it slide. He said, you're accepting my apology? She replied, yes, there's no reason not to. She thought, besides, the Grand Duke doubted me far earlier than you did, yet he didn't even apologize. How shameless of him. He said, you're truly generous. Your Highness, I have something to say. I will now step down from my position. This surprised her. Was he resigning because of her? What is the situation now? It seems my stubbornness is causing harm to you, Your Highness. Once again, I've ended up slandering a knight truly loyal to His Highness. I have no face to remain by your side. No. How did the conversation end up like this? Raphael Ludovica said, I see, she thought. This isn't the time to agree. What do you mean? Maurice is one of the few closest to the Grand Duke, with unwavering loyalty and exceptional business acumen, supporting both the Grand Duke and the Black Dragon Knights. If someone like him steps down here... At this moment, she approached and grabbed his collar, just as he had done before, leaving Maurice confused. She said, who will bear the Grand Duke's wrath when things don't get handled properly from now on? No, sir. What do you mean by that? If it's for His Highness, this is the best. Don't you still understand His Highness's feelings, sir? Maurice replied, feelings, you mean? She said, the Grand Duke trusts you. If that weren't the case, there's no way he would have let someone who caused such a commotion in front of him go free. If you think your reserved nature will mess up His Highness's plans, you can always fix that. It's a good thing if more people can follow His Highness together, so why are you trying to reduce that number yourself? Everyone should combine their efforts to serve His Highness. Are you going to keep making the Grand Duke disappointed? At this moment, Raphael Ludovica didn't understand why he was behaving this way, finding it beyond his expectations. Is he really upset? For me? She said. Isn't that right, Grand Duke? Maurice also doubted this. Is this true? Hurry up and say just one word, please. Your Highness, aren't you angry right now? Your reaction is really scary. Mister, hurry and retract that statement now. No, it's because you spoke so rudely that he got angry. Are you going to treat someone who has been kind to you like this? I've never met someone who dares to say the word disappointed to me. What an arrogant fellow. I still can't figure out his true identity. Hurry and apologize to the Grand Duke. It's clear he's consistently an oddball. Even the Grand Duke can't understand what he's thinking. Is he really a spy sent by the Emperor? Please stay tuned for the next episode.